SPX6900 price prediction. How many SPX6900 do you have to own to potentially become a millionaire? Guys, we're going to be talking about that question in today's very fun video. I thought it'd be timely to do a video on SPX6900 right now. We'll talk through some of these market cap levels as well, because I have had quite a few requests to talk about this crypto. And we'll talk about, what would the price go to at different market caps, and also this scenario. So if you invested, say, $1,000, which is obviously it's a considerable amount, what would the value of your investment go to over the long run if these market cap levels get hit? We'll talk about that, and we're also going to be talking about the bullish factors and also the risk factors as well. So this is going to be a comprehensive price prediction video for you guys. So make sure to sit back, relax, enjoy this one. And if you want to see more SPX6900 updates on the channel, guys, let me know in the comment section below. You guys know I'm a man of the people, and we like to cover very exciting projects right here. And full disclaimer, understand, look, the crypto market, it's high reward, high risk. So especially when you go into meme coins, you have to understand you're going into the risky area of crypto, even though I consider the whole entire crypto market pretty risky itself. But I'm not a financial advisor. Go off, do your own research, make your own decisions, and but also have fun as well. And that's what we're doing right here on the channel. So this is a channel all about fun. And also as well, for you guys tuning in, and if you are trading in the crypto market, and you can buy SPX6900 with spot over on BuyDeFi right here. If you want a diamond hands long-term, your spot bags right there, or if you want to actually trade it on futures. And I do both. I trade it and I hold it as well. You can do it over on BuyDeFi. You can get some really nice bonuses. So at the moment, we've got an exclusive Pepe bonus in addition to some other types of bonuses with BuyDeFi. Link will be in the description of this video where you guys can get in there, get those bonuses. And on top of that, you can also join my VIP Discord for free, where we talk crypto trading as well. So if you're someone who's actively trading in the crypto market, you can come join in if you sign up to BuyDeFi right there. And guys, having said all that, let's get straight into this very, very exciting video. So just a brief intro for you guys who don't know about this crypto, what it does. Let's quickly talk about it if you're completely brand new to it. So if you go to CoinGecko, you have a look right here. On CoinGecko, you scroll down these rankings right here. You can see the current crypto prices today, but also if you scroll down the bottom, it's been making some big moves. It's been the price chart's been looking very bullish. It's going to be somewhere here. So number 80, SPX6900, clocking in about $1.33. But for this analysis, I've just plugged in the price of $1.35, and it is a meme coin. So it's a cult community meme coin. And with one goal, it's a cool website. Check it out right here. It's a goal to flip the S&P 500. So it is a very, super meme coin, super cult community crypto. It's got a very strong following over on X in particular. So I feel like it's very strong over on X. People who are instrumental in this crypto is Murad, who's done some big analysis, and he basically has documentaries as well and theses going into the crypto over on X. So you can check that out in full detail to fully understand the crypto. But it is a community crypto with a fun goal of flipping the S&P 500, but with also a bunch of other reasons in there that Murad goes into some big detail in that you can check out. But just having said that, let's get into the juicy stuff, which is the numbers for this crypto. So that's what we want to know in this video, and let's get straight into it. So guys, at the moment, SPX6900, you have a look right here. This is the price, roughly $1.35. Market cap at the moment is about 1.259 billion. The supply is actually not 1 billion, it is actually 930 million right there. So it does look like the crypto is burning up some of that supply, and that's always a good factor. I love cryptos that burn up supply, because that means the crypto can go into crazy stuff in terms of price predictions. Makes it super exciting, because again, the less you make the supply, potentially the higher the price goes. But for today's video, guys, we'll lock you in circulating supply 930 mil right there. That's what I'm using. So at the $1,000, which is a considerable amount of money, $1,000 into crypto, into SPX6900, the value investment is going to be $1,000 if that price remains the same. And, you're going to get yourself about 740 tokens. That's the amount you can actually buy. So if you're going to go onto, say, BuyDeFi, do that right now. Grab yourself a spot bag of SPX6900 over here. You're roughly going to get around that amount of tokens, so about 740 tokens, okay? So that's what's going to get you, and that's the number that's going to be important for later on in the video that we're going to discuss coming up pretty much now, this number. So you're gonna get a bag of about 740. All right, so now we're gonna go straight into super bullish scenario. So I'm not even gonna go to 5 billion or 10 billion. Let's just say 50 billion. So again, and we'll also talk about these factors that realistically could, you know, make this a reality later on in the video as well. So we'll talk about some of these bullish factors, risk factors you have to also understand. You know, good to know if you're investing into SPX6900. So 50 billion, which is obviously a sizable market cap, because that would go straight to, you know, bigger than Doge at the moment. That would be, what is that? You know, that'd be basically a 2x on Doge's market cap right there. So that would go to about 50 bill. But remember, Doge in the past has been about 88 billion. So what would that do to the price of SPX6900 if we reveal this? So that would actually push the price of this crypto all the way to about $54. So that is pretty nice. So $1.35 to $54 right there, which is super nice. So your $1,000 investment would then turn into about $39,000. Wow. So that is super exciting right there. And you're roughly getting a multiple of about around 40x. So super solid if it goes to 50 billion right there, and you're going to have the same amount of tokens. Okay. So that would be super solid if it goes to 50 billion, you know, $1,000 to $39,000, guys. That's like that's a nice car, I guess, or it might pay off some mortgage or something like that. But that's pretty nice right there for SPX6900. And let's go to say $100 million in terms of market capitalization. So again, this is long-term figures, guys. You just got to factor that in as well. This is not short-term trades. We're talking long-term numbers for SPX6900. So 100 billion, guys. What does the SPX price go to in this scenario? It's going to go to, let's bring it up right here, $107. Wow. That's a lot. So that's, you know, nearly 100x. So your $1.35 SPX turns to $100 per token. That's pretty exciting. So your $1,000 investment would basically go to $79,000 plus right there. And I do understand that's going to be one of the goals. I've seen that number float around. I think it might be from URAD. It might be from other people out there. You know, talking about SPX 6900. So if long term it does go to say, look, 100 billion, you know, that's going to be pretty exciting for SPX 6900. So does it come up here? No, it doesn't come up there, but I've seen that number float around somewhere. There's a lot of stuff happening over on X, guys, a huge amount of information. But that would be a very nice, obviously long-term figure for SPX 6900 to get to. You know, could it potentially do it? Again, we'll talk about the factors later on in the video, but I have to say, just high level, it potentially could. And the reason I say that is there is a lot of interest in Bitcoin, right? There's a lot of interest in the crypto market. I feel the crypto market's super bullish long-term. So I'm not going to be surprised if Bitcoin one day goes to like, look, $1 million. And I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, really strong cult meme coins like SPX 6900, you know, go with it basically. So, you know, if you have $1 million Bitcoin, you know, that's a big market cap. That's going to be a multiple $1 trillion market cap for Bitcoin. And, you know, that would send the price of SPX 6900 really high. So yeah, $107 right there. Multiple would be 80 roughly. And again, that would be super solid if it could do that. So that's been one of the high level targets for SPX 6900. And I have this level right here. So why have I got so many big numbers right here? What is up with the 50 trillion right there? And the 50 trillion is based off their own website. So this is part of the meme of this crypto. So it's all about, you know, the generation that kind of missed out on, you know, getting into property cheap and, you know, getting into the stock market super cheap. You know, could that generation to some degree, you know, win big with SPX 6900? So if we type in the word flip, because there's a lot of words on this, if we could harness the power of God, could we flip the S&P 500? Okay, SPX 6900. So if you actually type that straight into Google, that is going to give you a market capitalization. It's going to be around 50 trillion, right? So about 52 trillion right there. And I have to say, like, even I do like the fact that they have went big on where it wants to go to. I always think in crypto, you know, especially with meme coins, the bigger, the better. So you always want to be aiming to be really big. I like the fact that they went with a really big goal for S&P SPX 6900 right there. So that is looking super cool. Yeah, so 50 trillion. And we'll talk about whether that's going to be a reality later on in the video. But let's have fun and let's reveal the price of if it ever was to fulfill the prophecy. So this is the, we'll type this in as prophecy right here. So $50 trillion in terms of market capitalization. So let's reveal the numbers right here. So what is the price going to be? It might break the video, it might break the internet right here. Let's reveal it. $53,000. Wow. And your $1,000 investment would go to $39 million. I don't even know if that's right. I think it is right, but that's absolutely insane. That is crazy, guys. That is crazy stuff. And the multiple would be at 39,000x. So that is the prophecy level. And again, I'm not guaranteeing or saying it's going to hit this, but this is the prophecy level of them comparing themselves and, you know, potentially to flipping the S&P 500. So that's the big fun goal for this. And of course, your tokens will remain the same, and that's just insane. So yeah, that is crazy big numbers right there. And let's talk about the millionaire level for our SPX6900 before we talk further about, you know, bullish factors, risk factors, catalysts, and things like that. So millionaire level for SPX6900, I've just based it off $1,000 investment. So if you want to invest $1,000 into this crypto as a high reward, high risk meme coin in the crypto market, how much multiple do you need to actually get to $1 million? So let's reveal it, guys. So the millionaire level, the millionaire market cap for $1,000 investment into SPX6900 today is going to be $1.256 trillion. Okay, $1.256 trillion. And I want to just caveat and say, you know, that's actually less than Bitcoin. Have a look at this. That's actually less than Bitcoin. So if it's about 75% of the market cap of Bitcoin today, that's $1 million for SPX6900, guys. So that is crazy exciting right there. So that's pretty cool, actually. So 1.256 trillion. And again, not as big as Bitcoin, and the SPX price would go to $1,350. And your $1,000 investment would then be worth around $1 million. Actually, $1 million exactly right there, which is phenomenal. That's potentially getting to, you know, that's obviously life-changing money right there. And if we reveal this, you know, and your multiple is basically going to be 1,000x, and you're going to have the same amount of tokens. So that would be SPX6900 making you $1 million basically. So you invested $1,000, it goes to 1,350. You know, that's $1 million right there. So that is crazy bullish stuff. And if we have a look right here, what would be the bullish factors, you know, potential catalysts you'd have to, you know, go through these scenarios. And I'm just want to highlight some of these, obviously. So I think, you know, these things within the realm of reality, this one here is obviously a super ambitious goal. You know, could it ever happen? We'll talk about that a little bit later, but I think these ones here, you know, potentially it's within the realm. So again, $100 billion, we've seen Doge go to $88 billion. And yeah, that would be within the realm of reality. And we'll talk about this $1.256 trillion market cap question soon as well. But, you know, those ones there, you know, that's within the realm of possibility, I would say, right? So bullish factors to watch out for, you know, BTC Giga, of course. So at the moment, Bitcoin is still, and it always has been, and it probably always will be, the king of the crypto market, okay? Because it's been here the longest. And, you know, a lot of the factors that, you know, Murad talks about right here in some of his videos, so they're good videos, it does ring true for Bitcoin. So remember with Bitcoin, you know, the reason Bitcoin has a market capitalization of $2 trillion is because there is a decentralized community around the world that believe in the value. So there's a psychological value behind these types of cryptos, okay? Or even crypto in general. There's a psychological realm we're in, and you know, that gives it value. Same dynamics to some degree underlie gold and silver. There is utility for gold, there is utility for silver as well, but you know, a lot of the value, I'd say, of gold and silver is psychological, right? So there are real problems in society with, you know, central banks, with money printing, with a lack of trust of politicians, with lack of trust of government, and you know, people are gravitating to assets like gold, Bitcoin, silver. And I do think, look, if SPX6900 keeps the cult strong, people believe in it, you know, a lot of these cryptos end up becoming self-fulfilling prophecies to some degree. So Bitcoin Giga Run would be important. So again, if we see like $1 million Bitcoin, obviously these factors right here become more realistic for SPX6900 to kick in. We'll also talk about, we'll just flag some risk factors before we talk about some of these really big numbers. And what are the risks? So global economic FUD, you know, BTC stagnates, of course, is going to be a risk. So you guys know Bitcoin's basically the ceiling, you know, it's the mother tree of the crypto market. So the bigger Bitcoin grows, the better it is for memes and altcoins, and also the whole global economic scene as well. So we have been experiencing some pretty crazy stuff recently, and the world seems to be getting crazier and crazier ever since lockdowns, I think, anyway. So it's like a carousel. It's just spinning up. It's spinning faster and faster. Hopefully it doesn't go completely out of control, but you just watch out for black swan events and things like that. And of course, you know, it's a community crypto. So what's the inverse of community growth? It's community FUD. So I'm not saying there's any FUD in the community or anything like that. I actually think it's one of the strongest communities out there, but the community's got to stay the strong. So it's a double-edged sword. So remember, in cryptos, the stronger the community, the more FUD resilient it is, and the more it believes, the more bullish it's going to get, and that's where you can get the crazy big prices. You know, obviously, if it's to go get to this millionaire level, 1.256 trillion, you would need some phenomenal things to be happening in crypto, like crazy stuff, and you know, and that would be pretty exciting right here. And you know, and this level here, $50 trillion market cap, absolutely crazy. But again, you know, craziness is good in crypto. So crazier, more delusional can be bullish for price predictions. You know, I'd say it's highly improbable it gets to 50 trillion, but I do like the, you know, the saying of, you know, you aim for the moon, and if you don't get to the moon, you fall in the stars, or something like that along those lines. But that's a good one. But you know, it can create a dream, like a lottery effect for the crypto right there. So it's got a very, very high up ceiling. And the other thing I'd say also is as well, look, these cryptos, they are social media cryptos. They're going to grow on social media, and they're potentially going to die on social media as well. So what do I mean by that? I mean all these meme coins. And I'm not just saying this for SPX6900, but it's about, you know, memeing your way. So you got to be part of the community. So that goes for all the cryptos we talk about. You guys know we're bullish on lots of cryptos: Bitcoin, Pepe, SPX6900 is looking good. And it comes down to meme dynamics. So you got to, you know, meme your way and spread the word right there. But, you know, it's an exciting crypto. Definitely one, have on the radar. I've already got myself a bag of this one for the long term. And I'm also trading it as well. So again, if you don't want to trade it and you do want to come up with a bit of a profit-taking strategy, guys, feel free to sign up to BuyDefy. That's where we're doing our trading currently. You can join me in the Discord as well to talk some crypto trading right there. But it's an exciting crypto. And I do think, look, in the short term, let's bring up the price chart for SPX6900. Short term right here. And let's switch it to price. So, of course, you know, this thing goes to $2. Watch out, because it's going to get super, super exciting. And then, you know, it comes down to that, you know, hype, viral sensation in crypto, and it could be very exciting to watch out for. So I'm interested to hear your thoughts, guys. What are your thoughts on SPX6900? Drop them in the comment section below. And that's a big update. So very, very exciting stuff. Again, you want to buy it, go check out link to BuyDefy. We can buy it on spot right here. Or if you want to do some trading, you can do it with BuyDefy right there. But guys, huge update. Really appreciate you tuning into this one. If you want to see more, let me know in the comment section below. I'll see you guys in the next one. Crypto Zeus signing out.